Comet's 9 Lives. Comet was born 30 miles out to sea on Nantucket Island. He grew up wandering all over the island, stay a few days here and a few days here. One summer day, Comet stopped in a garden to nibble some tasty-looking foxgloves. First, they made him feel woozy. Then he fell into a deep sleep. When Comet woke up, he felt fine, but different. Whoops! He realized he'd lost the first of the 9 lives every cat has when it is born. Maybe I should find myself a home. And he trotted into the bookstore and settled down on top of the stack of bestsellers. Life was good until one day it rained all morning and the islander hurried inside for something to read. In the rush, Comet's tower of bestsellers toppled over and he was buried under a pile of books. Oh no, he had turned the page on life number 2. I think I need some fresh salt air. Down to the docks he went and arrived just as a little scalper, the G&T, was casting off. Once underway, an easterly wind blew up and Comet knew he had made a mistake. Up the G&T rose, down she flew on the falling sea. Comet hung on until a huge wave formed across the stern and he found himself afloat on the high seas. The tide carried Comet back into the harbor, but as he flicked the salt from his whiskers, life number 3 went out with the tide. Comet was still recovering on the beach when he heard music. It was the annual 4th of July concert. He climbed up a tree for a better look. The music reached its loudest chord. Comet got so excited that he lost his grip and plunged down into the tuba. 3 waltzes and a Sousa march later, Comet staggered away, and the life number 4 sounded its lost chord. Comet spent the night trying to figure out what to do next. He wished there was another cat around to ask if its lives were going by as quickly as his. The next day, everyone was going up to an open window and coming down with ice cream. Comet was hungry, so he trotted after the crowd. The step at the ice cream shop gave Comet his own bowl of leftover milkshake. He felt so welcome that he decided to stay, but all too soon an island health officer burst into the shop and spotted Comet. "Furball!" he cried. "Feline residues, maximum infractions." Startled, Comet jumped up and fell headfirst into a strawberry shake. The staff pulled him out and he watched life number 5 fly off, licking its paws. "Maybe I'm trying too hard. It's time for some fun." He climbed into a bike basket just as a crowd of summer visitors were hurrying up the ferry. It was Waffle's first time on the island. She was happy to have Comet's company, and off they went bumpity-bump all around the island. Just as they reached the bottom of the last hill into the village, Waffles screeched to a halt to avoid a taxi. Comet went flying along with life number 6. I think I'll just walk the rest of the day. Comet was limping by the island there when a poster advertising the last performance of summer caught his eye. A beautiful actress with a sweet smile looked out at him. Maybe she would like to take a cat home with her. Comet pranced happily on stage and purred loudly. The actress sneezed. "There's a cat in here," she shrieked. "I'm allergic to cats." She spotted Comet and hurled her skinned high heel right at him. Comet flew through the air into the last row. The curtain had come down on life number 7. Fall breezes were blowing up as the summer visitors headed for the ferry. Comet wandered along the beach. He could see the red beacons of the Brand Point lighthouse in the distance. Waves crashed and pounded on the sand. The wind picked up and deck chairs and lobster pots flew by Comet. It was Hurricane Almador heading straight for Nantucket Island. All Comet could see now was a blinking lighthouse beacon. He ran toward it when a huge wave broke on top of him. The rush surf carried Comet into an open doorway. As life number 8 washed out to sea. Dazed, he opened his eyes and saw a green light across the room. "Meow," someone crawled. "Meow," he answered, looking up. He was staring into the green eyes of the lighthouse cat. At the moment, he knew he was home. And as the fall days turned into winter, Comet knew exactly where he wanted to live for the rest of his life.